States, South Korea, initiatives like the Telangana Young India Skills University reflect your vision of a future-ready workforce through private sector collaboration. CII is proud to support Hyderabad as a key destination for investments and engagements. The CII Green Business Center, venue for this meeting, and the Center of Excellence for Innovation, Entrepreneurship and Startups at T-Hub highlight Telangana's thriving business ecosystem. CII is committed to partnering with your government to attract global investments and nurture talent, propelling the state's transformative growth journey. Before I request the Honorable Chief Minister to make his comments, I'll request Chandrajit, Director General of CII, to introduce this very special building where we are housed today for this meeting, the phase 2 of which we had the privilege of Honorable Chief Minister inaugurating just a short while back. So over to you, CP.
Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister. Welcome, and we are indeed most proud that you have, as mentioned by the CII President, sparked off the second phase of this huge project that we have, the CII's Green Business Center, which is, sir, one of the greenest buildings in the world, a platinum-rated net zero energy building. Sir, the center has been working closely with many governments, but very strongly with your government, sir, the government of Telangana, and we've been trying to support many of your green initiatives. Sir, many prominent buildings in your state, sir, Telangana, including Hyderabad Metro Station, the Shamshadabad Airport, the railway stations, and many other buildings are today rated green building by this center, sir, the CII's India Green Business Council, sir. So far, sir, today we have 556 projects in your state, sir, in Telangana, which have been adopted by CII's green building ratings, and that amounts to, sir, about a green footprint of 360 plus million square feet, sir. So the Musi River project, which is one of the phenomenal projects of the government, your government under your leadership, and this project is expected to, sir, catalyze large development of buildings and build environment along the river. So CII is wanting to work with your government, sir, in greening the Musi River front development. We'll be wanting your blessings and want to take that work forward. So we have a holistic framework of also making villages green, and we have also worked with the villages in Telangana, such as the Ganga Devi Palli, Narmeta, to go green, and we would like to expand that work, sir, under your guidance, and we would like to understand your vision. So we would really be wanting to take these initiatives forward. So separately, Hyderabad has a very special focus. Other centers here also, so there is a center for startup that we have built up, and we would like to see each of these centers can grow under your leadership. But we would like to warmly thank you, sir, for inaugurating or sparking off the second phase of our green center, of this particular center. The center is chaired by Mr. Jamshed Godrej, and Mr. Jamshed Godrej is unfortunately in the US, and he has joined from the US, and he is watching this from there, as he has chaired this for 20 years. Today marks the completion of 20 years of this center's existence. So, sir, once again, welcome and thank you very much for blessing us on this occasion.
Honorable Chief Minister, may I now request you to please address the National Council.
President of the CII, Mr. Sanjeev Puri, Vice President, Mr. R. Mukundan, Director General, Mr. Chandrajit Banerjee, Member of CII National Council, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to everyone. I thank the CII leadership for bringing their National Council meeting to Hyderabad, Telangana. After a decade of formation of the state, we have a much bigger dream now, Telangana rising. We have decided to build the fourth city, that is called Future City in Hyderabad. The Future City of Hyderabad will compete with New York, London, Tokyo, Seoul, and Dubai. We want to build the greatest city in India. It will be only services sector. It will aim for total carbon zero. We are replacing all our 3,200 RTC buses with EV vehicles in Hyderabad. We removed registration and road tax on EVs. Telangana is the fastest growing zone for EV sales in India today. Hyderabad is making itself ready for a climate crisis. We want to become totally flood free. India's first city with a climate change strategy action. We are taking action now. Musi regeneration work has started. A 55-kilometer long river will soon flow here. We are ensuring drinking water supply for 2050 now. Regional ring planning is in process. A regional ring road will be 360 kilometers long. We are planning a regional ring railway around it. We will also have a radial roads connecting ORR and RRR, regional ring road. Between ORR and RRR will be manufacturing base, semi-urban, manufacturing in pharma, life sciences, aerospace, defense, EVs, solar, and so on. We have created a high focus on skills and jobs creation. My strategy is to become China plus one alternative for the world. Outside the RRR, that is rural Telangana, we will focus on agriculture, organic farming, cold storages, warehousing for farmers. As Telangana is a landlocked state, I am building both a dedicated highway and railway connect between a dry port here and the Machilipatnam seaport in Andhra Pradesh. All this is because of we have a dream called Telangana. We want our economy to grow and markets functions freely. We believe in balancing government, moderate taxes, high ease of doing business, and a robust growth. Please join me as Telangana means business. Together we can do miracles. I will give you the highest ease of doing business, not just in India, but the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister, for your very sharp and visionary statement. I think it certainly would have brought in tremendous energy to all the entrepreneurs and all the business leaders who are here. And I think your vision for net zero and sustainability is simply exemplary, and it completely energizes all of us. I know a lot of people would like to interact with you, so with your permission, if I could.
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Five, 6 questions.
Okay,
We'll do
absolutely.
3, 4 questions, and then
It's fine. For 5.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So we'll start with Kamal Bali, MD, Volvo.
Yeah, Honorable Chief Minister, as the President said, I think your statement and your vision was very inspiring and energizing. So thank you very much. When it comes to electric vehicles and the way you're looking at sustainable development of the urban ecosystem, can you suggest some of the things which companies like ours can do specifically? I belong to a company called Volvo. We can think of some joint initiatives to make this journey faster and smarter. Thank you.
So we'll.
Jayesh will address, then I will.
So, Mr. Bali, the Chief Minister already alluded in his speech that different interventions will be made to achieve net zero. That is the climate action plan.
Right.
EVs will play a very important role. As Honorable Chief Minister pointed out, all the road transport buses which currently run on diesel, they will all be phased out. In fact, in 2 years, we are phasing out each of these bus, make them electric. You would have also noticed that in Hyderabad city, auto rickshaws are a major source of public transport. Most of them run on diesel. Honorable CM has about a couple of months ago introduced a scheme of retrofitting. So all auto rickshaws which retrofit into batteries, government will provide some financial support for retrofitting. All new auto rickshaws which will come, they have to be compulsorily electric. And to promote more and more EV adoption amongst private owners of four-wheelers, two-wheelers, as Honorable CM pointed out, the registration tax and road tax has been exempt for another 2 years. So every person who buys a new vehicle need not pay all these taxes, etc.
Thank you.
Actually, our plan is that Hyderabad has to improve. Why? Because of we are seeing Delhi, we are seeing Mumbai and Bangalore. So we wanted to learn something from Delhi and other cities. Now we are going to Chandramandal, but we have not learned how to live in our own place. So this is what I'm trying to improve my ecosystem with climate, whatever climate changes are there, and what is our necessities or future plan. So we are planning for that. We are there to support. If we have any proposals or suggestions to improve Hyderabad city. Hyderabad is having an outer ring road. It's around 160 kilometers all around the Hyderabad. Inside of the ORR is core urban region. So I wanted to shift all diesel vehicles from this core urban region. RTC or autos or private taxis. Also I wanted to move all these vehicles outside of the outer ring road. So we have our own plans. So anyway, we are going to make Telangana Rising 2050. Our plan is for 2050. So if there is any suggestion from your side, give us, you feel free. Telangana is there to implement your suggestions. If it is reasonable, definitely we want to take your suggestions. If there is anything, let me know. My government is there to take your suggestions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, with certain states, with governments, we are working on a vision for 2047 and 2050 as a joint working group and a joint state level task force under the chairmanship of the Chief Minister. Honorable Chief Minister, it will be just a suggestion to you and your colleagues if you could consider forming a joint task force with CII, sir, where we would work very strongly to see how we can take this vision forward. It's a national task force, it will be. We'll get the national players, as you are seeing in this house today. And we will bring in them to meet with you from time to time to see somehow from skilling to industry to education to healthcare, we can cover each sector of your priorities, agriculture, and bring investments as well as to see how we can work together for your vision.
Sure. Thank you. Welcome. Yeah, you can. Yeah, no problem. No.
So I'm now going to request Swati Selgaonkar. She's the CMD of the Selgaonkar Group from Goa. And after that, request Dinesh from the TVS Supply Chain Solutions, then Rakesh Mittal from Airtel, and Narendran MD, Tata Steel. So in that order. So Swati, first over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, and thank you, Honorable CM, for your words. I think definitely very inspiring to see the vision that you have for the state. I think my only sort of question or suggestion would be around the area of women's empowerment, particularly participation of women in the workforce, because if you see, India's numbers are not very great compared to other G20 nations, and I think it could be an important driver in economic growth. So if you could take that into consideration as you formulate your policies and also look at the infrastructure going forward, I think that would be a great step in that direction.
Sure. Actually, we have planned for self-help groups. Now I have 67 lakh members in self-help group, women empowerment. And second thing, all whatever the government institutions are there, like collectorates and SP office or any other government places are there, we have given those canteens to these help groups. And moreover, now we have focused on solar power generation. Now we have given 1,000 megawatts to these self-help groups. So they are, tomorrow onwards, they are the producers of the solar power. So at the same time, from here, just walkable distance, I know you know that high-tech city. Adjacent to high-tech city, I have given 3.5 acres to these self-help groups to promote their products, whatever they are manufacturing, whatever they are creating in new art forms. So we have given that property to these self-help groups. So everywhere, and moreover, we are focusing on schools and colleges where SC, ST, BC, and minority girls are there in government schools. Now we have increased diet charges 40%, and we have increased to 200% for cosmetic charges. All these to improve their education, their living life, and entrepreneur things. So now we are more focusing on women. My target is 1 crore. 1 crore, కోటి మంది మహిళల్ని కోటీశ్వర్లను చేయడం. So 1 crore women, we wanted to make sure they're crorepati. So for a crore, this is what our target. Next 4 years, I'm going to implement this scheme for women empowerment in rural. Urban, anyway, they have their own, they have their own exposure. But rural, nook and corner of Telangana, where tribes are there, remote areas are there, we are more focusing on rural women. Thank you.
Dinesh?
Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister. I think we are very much inspired by your vision and the speed of implementation. I think I wanted to cover the logistics sector and the supply chain side. As you know, there is now a lot of push of creating India as a hub for storing of spare parts and supplies to nearby countries. I think Telangana can take the lead in terms of adding and providing warehousing infrastructure and supporting that. I know you have been working separately on the logistics policy for warehousing, but this can be a special thrust which we can look at for creating this as a global storage hub for the world. The second point is you mentioned about sustainability transition. I think the biggest challenge the one vehicle, two vehicle operators face is the cost of the transition. So if the large supply chain companies can work in conjunction with the government and both finance and give them business, so that then the transition to the EV for the first and last mile delivery can happen faster, sir. So I think that is something which both from CII side, the Institute of Logistics, and from our own company, we'll be very happy to see how we can partner with you on that. Sure.
He's from TVS Logistics. So, Mr. Dinesh, as Chief Minister had mentioned in his speech, getting into net zero as a part of Telangana Rising 2050 will require multiple interventions. And I spoke earlier about passenger vehicles, but transport vehicles, logistic vehicles also will play a very important role. So the offer of CII's Institute of Logistics to partner with us, design a strategy for that will be definitely very welcome. But in general, you would have also known that because of the locational advantage of Hyderabad being in the center of the city, the one sector which has grown the fastest in the last 10 years is logistics. More than manufacturing, more than so many other sectors, including pharmaceuticals, life sciences, which are the bread and butter for Hyderabad. Logistics have exceeded, the growth of logistics has far exceeded that sector. There are plans to set up logistics parks. Chief Minister mentioned that core of within outer ring road will be the core city, the core urban of Telangana. Thereafter peri-urban and then rural. In rural and peri-urban, lots of logistic zones are being created. And helping transition for the smaller players into sustainable transportation, etc. We will definitely take your inputs in how to create a separate policy for them.
Or more focus on automobile sector only. So all these automobile investors or manufacturers are going to Tamil Nadu. Why? Because they have a port. That is why I have requested Prime Minister to lay down dedicated greenfield highway Machilipatnam port to Telangana, as well railway line. All outer ring road circle is 360 kilometers. Along with this triple R regional ring road, I have requested Prime Minister to lay down a railway ring line. Why? Because wherever I wanted to create clusters around this regional ring road to manufacturing or marketing anything. So I wanted to create a clusters like China. China is having one light city, the other one marble city, the other one granite city, the other one furniture city. They have created like a one city for they have focused more and more on that. So it is similarly, I wanted to make sure all along with this regional ring road. I wanted to create a space for all this marketing. And moreover, Telangana is going to, after regional ring road, Telangana area is going to come up with a 70% of the area urbanized. So where my international airport to all these areas, you can reach hardly 30 minutes to 60 minutes. So this is the connectivity. So I have international airport connectivity, outer ring road, regional ring road, all along with the regional ring road. I wanted to lay down outer ring road to regional ring road, radial roads. So if someone wants to reach the dedicated roads almost. So every dedicated road is having we have a plan for some specialized establishment. So it is more focus on automobile. This is what our plan. Yeah.
Rakesh?
Honorable Chief Minister, first of all, let me add my own thank you for the vision which you shared for Telangana. And I must also congratulate you for really, running from day one when you took over as the Chief Minister. So you are aware, telecom services is something which is the backbone of Indian economy. There are two areas where I would seek your intervention and attention. So one is on the right of way for telecom companies and tower companies. That really on the operational front becomes a huge issue. And including on the power, we now have a policy where there can be a single bill. There are multiple bills raised, and there is, for want of even advances lying with the power companies, the disconnections happen because sometimes the bills don't reach us in time and they say you have not paid. So these are operational issues. I'll be very happy to come and discuss with you. The second point which I picked up from you was on the education front. And I think that is something where I would make a request that all the K-12 schools in Telangana must have the vocational centers. This is a policy where the central government gives 75% on capital expenditure and state has to spend 25%, with private companies providing the vocational training. Because what it does, it generates employability. Even after class 12, someone wants to have their own business or work professionally, looking at FMCG sector, auto sector, who are getting into the rural areas, there can be a lot of employment which can get generated. And this is something where, I can share with you, Bharti Airtel Foundation is currently working with 80 government schools on a quality support program. I'll be happy to come and make a presentation to you. Sure. But on the education front, school, that is where the strong foundation is laid for anyone to either pursue higher education or look at running small micro businesses.
ताकि जे हम लोग ऐसा Telangana state every year we are producing 1,10,000 engineering graduates, मगर स्किल उतना स्केल नहीं है. तो इसीलिए हम लोग टाटा सन से हमारा एक टाइप है कि ITI लेवल पे इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूट, वी हैव 75 इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स इन तेलंगाना, वेरियस पार्ट्स ऑफ तेलंगाना, पर्टिकुलर इन रूरल एरिया. तो लोग वहाँ पर सर्टिफिकेट लेकर बाहर आए, तो उन लोगों को जो बाहर जो रिक्वायरमेंट है वहाँ पर सिलेबस जो सीख रहे हैं, उन लोगों को बाहर आने के बाद वो कुछ काम के नहीं हो रहा है. इसीलिए हम लोग जॉइंट वेंचर किए, वी आर स्पेंडिंग 2,400 crores. Out of that, 86% is Tata spending from their CSR and 14% from Telangana state government. कि वहाँ पर 10 साल आने वाले दिनों में कंप्लीट टाटा इंस्टीट्यूट वाले ही वो चलाएंगे. हमारे जितना भी इंस्ट्रक्टर है उनको हैंड ओवर कर दिए. उन लोगों को अपग्रेडेशन ऑफ स्किल्स इंस्ट्रक्टर्स के लिए और स्टूडेंट्स के लिए एवरीथिंग, इवन करिकुलम जो ज़रूरी है वही लोग तैयार करने वाले हैं. गवर्नमेंट इज़ ओनली फैसिलिटेटर. तो रूरल एरिया में स्किल डेवलपमेंट के लिए हम लोग एक प्लानिंग बनाए, उसका तेज़ी से चल रहा है। और दूसरी बात, हम लोग वी हैव स्टार्टेड ए स्किल यूनिवर्सिटी, यंग इंडिया स्किल्स यूनिवर्सिटी, हेडेड बाय आनंद महिंद्रा एज अ चेयरपर्सन. Srini Raju, Sri City chairman is our vice chairman, and board there are Reddy Labs, other Aurobindo, other all Pharma and Apollo Hospital, all these important functionaries in Telangana are on the board. Here we are actually constructing a 60 acres area, this skill university. तो हम लोग जो आज के तारीख में दुनिया से हम लोग जितना कॉम्पिटिट कर सकते उसके लिए तेलंगाना इज़ हैविंग अ प्लान फॉर दैट. तो आप लोग उसमें ज्वाइन हो सकते हैं अगर आगे भी अगर आपका कुछ सजेशन है, क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट सर पार्टली वाई बिकॉज हमको 10 मुद्दे रहेंगे. आज CII बुलाया, हम इधर आ गए, अब CII के बारे में बात करें. मैं बाहर निकलते अब राजनीति में और कुछ मुद्दा आ जाएंगे कि हम तेज़ी से उधर भागना पड़ता है. इसीलिए हम लोग ये ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म क्रिएट करें कि ये स्किल डेवलपमेंट के लिए कंप्लीट अटानमस पब्लिक प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप. इट इज़ लाइक ISB, इट इज़ लाइक IIIT. सो तेलंगाना में हम लोग स्किल यूनिवर्सिटी, ATC एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी सेंटर्स, इससे पहले ITI कहते थे, अभी उन लोगों को हम मतलब वो इंस्टीट्यूशंस को सारे इंस्टीट्यूशंस को हम ATC बनाए, मतलब एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी सेंटर्स कि टाटा चलाने वाले हैं. स्किल यूनिवर्सिटीज़ प्राइवेट एंटरप्रेन्योर्स, वो सक्सेसफुल जो एंटरप्रेन्योर्स है उन लोगों को हैंड ओवर कर दिया. आगे हम लोग स्पोर्ट्स का भी, स्पोर्ट्स यूनिवर्सिटी एंड स्पोर्ट्स अकेडमी भी हम लोग प्लान कर रहे हैं कि तेलंगाना इज़ द एक्सपेरिमेंटल स्टेट. पैसे का कोई ज़रूरी नहीं है. इफ़ यू हैव एनी आइडिया कम एंड एग्जीक्यूट. दिस इज़ द तेलंगाना वेयर यू कैन एक्सपेरिमेंट, यू कैन इम्प्लीमेंट योर नॉलेज इन तेलंगाना. इट्स दैट इज़ व्हाई आई हैव टोल्ड तेलंगाना राइजिंग 2050 कि आने वाले 25 साल के लिए जो प्लान बनाना है हम लोग वर्कआउट कर रहे हैं. आपके तरफ से अगर जितना भी अब इन्वॉल्व करने हैं, आगे आप कभी भी अपॉइंट, जयेश इज़ देयर. Whenever you want to meet, you come and meet me, and if you have any suggestions, you push me. Definitely, we are going to take up those suggestions.
Sure, sir. I'll just make another point. जो आपने बात किया IITs का, सर CII ने 100 के ऊपर लगभग IITs में पार्टनरशिप.
ITI, Industrial Training Institute. We have IIT also. Industrial Training.
मैं ITIs की बात कर रहा हूँ. तो उसमें CII ने पार्टनरशिप किया और मेंबरशिप जो है CII की, they got involved in making the changes what is required by the industry. तो उसमें CII can also come and play a big role. जब हम आके आपसे बात करने को.
Okay, you can.
With the permission of Honorable Chief Minister, since we won't have a gathering of this kind again, at least in the near future, I'd like to spend 2 minutes to explain about the Young India Skills University. Many of you would be aware that in other states, other cities also skilling institutions are there. But what is so special about this university? What is the differentiator? So as Honorable Chief Minister pointed out, this university is going to be run by the industry. Suppose you tell us that in this particular domain, there are thousands of jobs in Telangana or in the country or even in the world. The university will not start that course unless there is a private partner to support that course. And what does it mean to become a private partner for that course? So one is that you will design the entire curriculum. Every bit of curriculum designing will come from you. Let us say you design a course which requires 100 hours of teaching. We expect 90 hours of that at least to be delivered by your people, your professionals, your training managers, your supervisors. They have to actually come to the skill university and take classes for at least 90% of the syllabus. You also will play a role in deciding which students to include in that course. Would you like to conduct some interviews? Will it be based on some 10th class or 12th class marks, or whichever way you want to decide to select the students? That option is given to you. When I said that let us say there is a course of 100 hours, we would expect majority of that delivery to be experience-based, practice-based. We would least expect the instructor to touch the blackboard and explain anything there. Everything should be demonstrated using if you have a factory or an area of operations where students can be taken for that demonstration, that is how it will work. If you don't have anything in or around Hyderabad, we'll request you to set up a lab in our skills university. As Honorable Chief Minister pointed out, in 60 acres, its campus construction is going on, and possibly by June or July of this year itself, the entire campus will be ready. It's almost 4 lakh square feet of built up space in that campus. And finally, if after the students complete the course, as many of them as you require for your own companies, please place them, and the rest of them will go to the industry. So this is a very unique model which Honorable CM has designed, and as he mentioned, it has now been handed over to the industry stalwarts to run. Already 6 short courses have started, including in pharma, logistics, and a few other disciplines. And from this academic year onwards, which is here 4 months later, we'll be running multiple diploma courses, degree courses. We have identified 20 verticals in which these courses will be run. So would request all of you, if you really feel that there is a skill gap and no one is really addressing that, Telangana has shown the way on how it can be done. And please come forward and partner with us. Thank you.
Jayesh, you missed one point regarding corpus fund. Why don't you mention for corpus fund? Actually, we wanted to create a corpus fund where they can avail that funds. They need not to depend on the government. Government is going to create an infrastructure. So actually, we are focusing on corpus fund. Almost we have received near about 400 crores. Yes. So two more 100 crores we wanted to create, and we wanted to give 600 crores to that university. Whenever they require funds, they need not to depend on the government. They need not to request to the government to release funds. So we wanted to create a corpus fund to 500 to 600 crores to that university. But the board can decide the funds or how to utilize, where to utilize. It is nothing to do with government. So all these, entire India is here. तो हैदराबाद के लिए और स्किल यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए आप लोग दिल खोल के अब मदद कर सकते हैं. Thank you.
Honorable Chief Minister and Jayashree, I think this discussion has been even more energizing, and we can see the passion for skilling and education, which is so fundamental to taking advantage of India's demography. And I thought at this juncture, I'll just mention that even CII, we have very strong verticals in education and skilling, and there's a lot of work we do, and we would be happy to come and engage on that. And also we have some very eminent leaders in the education sector here, just to Atul Chauhan from MET and Nandini from PhD Coimbatore, just for your information. And now I'll request Naren for his...
Thank you, Mr. Chief Minister. I think I'll go to the theme on sustainability, which is really commendable. So I think two areas one area which you talked about is mobility, and normally that's where most people start. The other is the energy sector, greening. But I think I talk on behalf of the process industry. And I think globally, process industry, the transition is even more complex because you have to make investments based on the policies. So I think Europe has done a good job of that, and I would urge that the state should look at how do you transition process industry in Telangana to a greener future, which means having a long-term policy roadmap for process industry and infrastructure roadmap. Even the grid needs to get strengthened if you need to have more renewables in the grid, and process industry has to use that. It also means encouraging consumption of green products, and I think CII has a certification for green products as well. So at the center also we've been talking to the government, how can the government, who's a big purchaser of products, incentivize green products, So I think there are multiple areas in manufacturing as you transition to green, which I think it'll be good to think about, and I'm sure as CII and we can play a role in giving inputs based on what other globally countries have done. Thank you.
Sir, because Naren has spoken on green, Mr. Godrej is there from the USA. He has joined on the link. If you, with your permission, if we can please ask him. Because Jamshed. We can't hear you, Jamshed. You seem to be on mute.
No, we can't hear you, Jamshed.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
Now we can.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, Chief Minister, for being here at the Green Business Center this morning. I really do greatly appreciate your visit. It's been 20 years. We've had the most wonderful welcome in Telangana from the beginning, and we have lots of plans. And thank you very much for encouraging us to expand our activities at the Green Business Center, and we look forward to doing that. We want to be your partner for greening the state of Andhra. So please do work with us, and I'm sorry, the state of Telangana, and please do work with us. We are very keen to work with you. Thank you.
Sure. Yes, anything is there?
Yes, sir. Sir, so Mr. Narendran mentioned a very important point, sir, on how do our manufacturing also shifts, gradually transitions to green. So Chief Minister possibly will tell you about the new renewable energy policy which the cabinet has approved recently. But I'll mention one thing. So already initiatives have started. Chief Minister in his address spoke about this new satellite township which is going to be set up, which is going to be called as the future city. In fact, the whole future city will be designed on net zero concepts. And pharma, as you would know, is a very important sector of manufacturing in the state. Government has decided that we will be setting up pharma villages, 10 of them in about 2,000 acres each in different parts of the state. And the entire energy usage in that pharma city will be clean and green. We won't allow any coal-fired boilers to operate. Everything will be gas-based, and gradually we will be shifting this to all other industrial clusters also. But one very important decision is the announcement of a new renewable energy policy.
Yeah, you can.
So, as all of us know, Hyderabad and Telangana have become a very important investment destination. Lots of IT companies have come here, lots of data centers. In fact, you'll be amazed to know that in the last 10 years, from a mere 30 megawatts data center capacity, we have touched almost 850 megawatts data center capacity, and it is still coming. And many of these data center players have global commitments to use renewable energy, green energy. So this policy, which has been approved a few days ago, will be announced shortly officially, provides open access, provides usage of captive, provides net banking, and so on and so forth. So huge focus will be given to providing clean energy to the industries and help them do this transition quickly, so that the Telangana Rising 2050 goal of net zero can also be met by all of them.
Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister and JSG. It's been a very energizing and engaging session. I know we can continue, but we've already overshot the time that you allocated. So thank you very much. May I request my colleague Mukundan to quickly propose a vote of thanks? Yeah.
Firstly, I want to join, I will request all my colleagues to join to thank you for addressing CII National Council. Your presence has really energized us. Please put a big applause for the Chief Minister. And Chief Minister, when you came in, as you were laying the plantation, you said you're a farmer. I want to tell you that what Telangana is known for is also 60% of India's high quality seed is produced in this state. It is not well known. We can be a global hub for seed production. Without good quality seeds, we cannot feed people. So I think this is something which we will include in the vision document, which we will work with you. So thank you for giving us such an innovative, sustainable and inclusive vision for Telangana. And also thank you for including CII as a partner for the joint task force, which will work with your team, which is really going to be fulfilling your inspiring vision. And also I want to say in the area of skill, CII, while I just want to elaborate what President said, we have over 75 model career centers nearly, 4.5 lakh youth have been counseled, 1.5 lakh youth have been given employment. In addition to that, CII is actually a skill assessment body. We have done over 11 lakh skill assessment. So we will put in that entire piece of skill in that vision document to work with your team. Really, really, we are energized by your vision and we will work with you. And thank you for joining us. Thank you for your kind words here. Thank you.
Thank you.